It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with boxer Ben Shalom. About a year ago, everyone said, what are you doing? I remember doing an interview with you where you kind of justified your reasons for delaying it because you wanted it to happen at the right time. It was an absolute British classic.
Incredible. Now I've had some time to just gather my thoughts. What a fight. What a night. What a special fight. One for the history books, really. Proud of both guys. I think both of them showed a lot of heart. And I'm in awe because when you care, I think Fabio said it up there, like it's not one where the families will have enjoyed that, the friends will have enjoyed that. They both took a lot of punishment in there. I think Frazer did enough, or could have done enough to win. I think the knockdown and the point deduction, which was dubious, has probably cost him the win tonight. But you can't complain. At the end of the day, Fabio Wardley as well, despite the punishment he was taking, just kept coming. And you looked at his face, and he was always dangerous. And it takes a special fighter to be dangerous, even when they're looking like that and when they're on the back foot. And got in for Fraze because probably he felt it did enough, but delight for British boxing, delight for the night. What an advert, huge audience tonight as well. And what a fight. I can't believe the Wardley-Clarke saga, the story continues. I thought maybe this will put it all to bed and we'll move on, but it feels like it will continue. It's been going on. It's one of the best rivalries we've now got in British boxing, and a great fight.
Sometimes people go into immediate rematches, sometimes they wait, they go different routes and they collide again, maybe at European or world level. Where do you think this sits? I appreciate it's still kind of fresh, but what are your thoughts at the moment?
Still think it's the biggest fight for both of them, and I think that will show. But I think Fabio needs some time. His nose was pretty busted. I think his face was pretty busted. I think Frazer will be ready to go fairly soon. But I think he'll need some time, and we'll see what happens. But usually when it's the biggest fight out there for both of them, which this is by an absolute mile, especially after tonight, it happens. But we'll see. I'd love to make it.
Dylan White says that he's frustrated. His man should have got the nod. Genuinely, I know you obviously you wear your heart on your sleeve, but how did you have the scorecards before they were read out?
Look, I can see why with the knockdown and with the point deduction, I think Frazer won his rounds more clearly. I think he got off to an absolute flyer and probably ended strong as well. Personally, I felt he did enough, but we're all going to, I need to watch it again, but from ringside I felt he did enough, but I always knew with that knockdown and with the point deduction, he'd have to do a hell of a lot. But I do think he was the more dominant force tonight, and he'll be gutted that he didn't win the fight.
Just moving away from the show, the last 2 weeks, the topic has been Dalton Smith, Adam Azim, Spears, Eddie Hearn, Ben Shalom, back and forth. So you've done a lot of interviews this week where you kind of said your side of things. Today you announced Adam Azim, HARLEM EUBANK. Where has this come from?
I said that we had options, and that was one of the options. And I took an awful lot of stick for the Wardley-Clarke purse bid, and it's difficult because it's the right decision, but in that environment you get a lot of shit. Look what we've just produced tonight. It's unbelievable, and I know both fighters are incredibly grateful because it was built properly, it was the right night, and it was the right fight at the right time for both of them. Earned a fortune, and maybe we'll get a rematch, so that was special. But for Adam, I think you have to look at where Adam's at in his career. 21 years old, what's the fight that's going to break him out? A Eubank, Chris Eubank Sr., Barry McGuigan is an absolute monster. And I think it's a perfect fight for HARLEM as well. 30 years old, 19-0. People will be raising their eyebrows as to whether that's too early for Adam as well. It's just an unbelievable fight. And I think with Adam, he's so talented, we just have to find the fight that we think will take him to superstardom. And I promise you, that build-up with the Eubank name, I'm not saying it's foregone conclusion. I think it's as important for HARLEM as well, and I think he's taking the fight at the right time for him. It's just a huge British fight, and if it's 60% or 70% of what we saw tonight, it'll be incredible. And obviously another huge one to look forward to.
We spoke to Adam, and he was reacting to the comments that obviously he was going to be pulled out of the purse bid, and his response was, well, in my 12th fight, I'm fighting a 19-0. Who was Dalton Smith fighting at that stage?
Correct. I mean, he's absolutely flying. It's like the same with Frazer Clarke tonight. He would have become the fastest heavyweight champion of all time in his ninth fight. He's absolutely flying. 21 years old, 10 fights, European title. Now fights HARLEM EUBANK, unbeaten, 30 years old. In an absolute, it's a massive fight. It's an absolute massive fight. Once that gets rolling, and once Barry and Chris Eubank Sr. start going, perfect fight for both of them. Huge fight for the casual fans. Harlem's always lived in the shadow of Chris Eubank Jr., but he's built and he's got better each time, and we've seen that over his past few fights, and he's got punch power and he's put in some really good performances. This is a huge step up for Adam Azim. He's absolutely moving at speed. Everything is on course. And yeah, as I say, I'm delighted that one is there, and we saw that tonight, and it'll be the start. Hopefully you have a press conference to announce the date, and we get rolling with it.
Just the last one on that. Is that likely could end up under the roof we are currently in?
Potentially. I think it'll happen in June. I'm just excited because Adam is someone we've been excited about for a while. Probably seen Ben Whittaker explode. Ben Whittaker 5-6 years older than Adam. He needs his moment. This could be his moment. So we'll see in June in London. Huge fight. Just can't wait for the build-up. Even seeing Eubank Senior tonight, they're so confident. They think we've made an absolute horror show of a mistake. They were saying that I can't believe you've not, the Dalton Smith fight was the easier fight in their eyes, but I think the Eubank name means something in British boxing, and it's irresistible for Adam and his team to go in and against the Eubank and all the history and the history. I think Chris Eubank Senior's brother fought Barry a long time ago. There's a lot of history there between the families as well. I can't wait, and I'm so happy for Adam because he's come under a lot of scrutiny. What is he going to do next? What's he going to? As he said, he's 20 years old, taking on a 30-year-old 19-0. I think that says a lot about him.
Ben, thank you for your time. As always, a great night of boxing here at London O2, and yeah, we'll catch up with you very, very soon.
Appreciate you. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Win gold now. IPMB is giving away 5 24-karat gold coins to our token holders worth over $2,000 each.
Let's do this.
Thank you very much for this great news. It's amazing.
It's never been easier to own gold, so join the raffle now.
I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you toward your goals.